Another demo sent to us by the one and only Dom. And I have no idea. I didn't see about this one. So I actually went through past couple of days the Wholesome games and the Future Game Show, PC Game Show, all of the E3 goodies. And I scooped up a bunch of demos and I've been working my way through them. This one I hadn't seen, so very interesting. The Corruption Within. So let's jump right in. It's obviously very old school looking. It's a horror game supposedly. Let's get right into it. New game.
It had been a wonderful week. Camping, hiking, and exploring the countryside with my wife and 2 children.
Sounds like a pleasant weekend. Week camping.
We hadn't been able to afford a holiday while the kids were growing up, but finally, between my salary and Steph selling some of her paintings, we'd scrabbled together the funds.
Oh, Steph. She finally sold some, that's good.
With 2 nights to go, we planned to spend the afternoon exploring a section of the forest by the lake we hadn't seen yet.
Exploring a section? What a weird thing to do. Let's explore this section of the forest.
I was
usually
collecting
walk
things
through it
together
until
while
you
Steph
find a
and
nice
the kids answered
opening,
the
right?
call
You
of
just
nature.
explore. It's just gonna be trees, dude. At dusk, I was collecting things together. Yep. Answer the call of nature. Nice.
They didn't come back. I spent hours searching, calling, to no avail.
Not good.
Frantically, I headed toward the only sign of civilization I'd seen. A grand mansion with a mountain behind it and a lake at the front.
Of course there were a grand mansion in the forest. Why wouldn't there be?
I'd heard of this new invention called a telephone.
Oh.
Whoever owned the mansion was surely rich enough to own one.
Okay.
Or at least have some horses. I scrambled over old tree roots to get to the mansion.
In the olden days.
Rumors and superstitions were rife about this part of the country. But I put those down to silly old wives' tales designed to scare children.
And you're no child, are you, boy? Oh god, this is getting real loud now. I need to turn this down a little bit on both counts. I like the background noises though.
Tales of ghosts and fell beasts didn't bother me. I didn't believe in such things.
Good work. In the olden days, I think everybody
Stories
believed
of
in
Edgar
that stuff.
Allan Poe were entertaining, but nothing more. It was the evil people were capable of that worried me.
Well, you've hit the nail on the head there, buddy.
Find help there. At the very least, someone should be able to aid me in some way. If they couldn't, there was no hope of aid from any other source, unless I found my way back to civilization and the police conducted a full search of the countryside.
Unlikely.
But it would be too late. This mansion was my...
I understand. You need a reason for us to go into this mansion. An impressive building indeed. It must be a rich family that lives here. The noise that goes... That's the creepiest one, surely. Even though it's late, there seem to be some lights on. Guess at least someone is still awake. Let's look right at the door. The door, befitting the huge edifice, is massive. Just who lives here? Okay. Oh, and now I can click on the door. It's got a heartbeat. It looks like a ripped out heart. After a brief moment, a man opened the door. I think it's supposed to look like a hand. Just what is your business at this ungodly hour, sir? Please, my good man, let me in. My family have gone missing and I need help. Do you have an appointment? Ooh, what? Of course not. My family have gone missing and I... Do you have an invitation from a member of the family? Can't you understand that I need to find help, my family? If you do not have an appointment or a formal invitation, then I cannot allow you to enter the house. There are no exceptions. I bid you goodbye, sir. Now we're going to break in. What are we going to do? A shrill scream is heard in the distance. Was that Steph? I better go check it out. The scream seems to have come from the southwest. Is this a person hunting? Is it the old human hunter's cabin? Not knowing where I was heading, but following the sounds of the screams, I ended up somewhere in the forest. Whoa! What? As I entered the area, I immediately saw what must have been the reason for the scream. There was a man hanging from... Oh, okay. I thought that was some kind of crazy demon hanging from the trees. A young female voice called out to me. Please, sir, you must help me find who did this. She moved behind the dense foliage, hiding, unwilling to make herself known. I started to explain that I was looking for my family and that this was my priority, and to call the police when the unseen person uttered words that chilled me to the bone. Sir, I have seen a woman with 2 children. They have been taken. I begged her to show me where they had been taken, but she refused, saying only that she would help me if I first helped her, and that strange happenings were afoot. I had no choice. I agreed to help. The voice, apparently satisfied that I meant it, told me to give the butler a card that she would leave for me under the door of a nearby shed. She sounded common, not a member of the aristocracy, but apparently the invitation would be from someone called Lady Charlotte. Without the invitation, I would not get into the house. Apparently, the family were rather eccentric and insisted on things being done in very specific ways. Right, well, let's help this guy down. Seems like an ordinary sort of rope, expertly knotted. I think whoever tied it must be used to doing this. I wonder if this poor man is not their first victim. Well, we need to... The noose is tight around the neck. Poor soul, he must have been helpless to have allowed himself to be put in this position. It's a full moon, and depending on the angle I look at it, its appearance can be very different. I hope that this isn't a bad omen of some sort. There's some really dense foliage here. I could probably get through it if I had a reason to, but I can't see one right now. Over here. I'm not sure what that wheelbarrow has been used for, but it has dark red stains inside. I fear gardening was not its only use. A sturdy looking door. As promised, there is an invitation tucked under the door. I have taken it. To open or close your inventory, click the middle mouse button or press the spacebar key. Left click on an item from your inventory to hold it in your hand. You can then use it on objects or people in the world. To return it to your inventory, click the right mouse button or open the inventory again. Let's look at the stars now. What about this tree? The happy days we spent hiking in the mountains already seemed so long ago. Large shed in the middle of the forest. Odd choice of location. It's bigger than I expect. Maybe a converted barn. Let's keep going. I could hear footsteps. I guess it was me. It wasn't long ago that my children were happily clambering among rock formations just like this. I can't abide the thought of them being in danger. To think I scolded them for being careless with their footing, as if that were the worst thing that could happen to them. I don't like this anymore. It's called the corruption within, so I'm assuming no demons, just evil humans. This tree stands out impressively, even in the sometimes dense woodland. I'm guessing it may even have been around long enough to have started life when George III was on the throne. Don't ask me about the history of the throne. I have no information about the royal family. Nobody in England does. Nobody cares. It's a very... Obviously, because the Queen's there, people think that people in the UK are, find that to be some kind of big event. No, nobody cares about the Queen. Or any of them, to be honest. Dense foliage is all around, creating a safe and advantageous environment for the many squirrels and other small denizens living here. Do we go back to the house then already? The mountains look dark, distant, and ominous from this angle. So different to my impression of them this afternoon. Because we wanted to cut this man down, didn't we? But we don't have anything. We just have an invitation to the mansion. So, I guess we go... Whoa! The tree sits imposingly on the banks of the lake, firmly anchored by its deep root system. Another rock seemingly defying gravity at the surface of the water. There is no sorcery involved, however. I can make out the stump of an old tree underneath it. At least he doesn't believe it's some kind of evil thing. Whoa! Small indentation at the top of some marks I don't recognize as any language I've ever seen. Jutting out of the water make me feel uneasy. I feel like they shouldn't be there. Are they covering something up, perhaps? A man appeared. I have an invitation from Lady Charlotte to enter the mansion. Although Lady Charlotte does the most extraordinary things at times, I am not going to simply take your word for it. You will have to provide me proof. Here is my proof. I see. This appears to be in order. I am not aware that Lady Charlotte has left the house tonight. So I suppose she sent a servant to do her bidding. Do come in, sir. I shall take you through to the lounge and fetch her ladyship for you. Please wait here while I fetch Lady Charlotte. Sounds of whispers come from behind the door. You may leave us now, Giles. Best name. Very good, my lady. Lady Charlotte studies you keenly before speaking. I see you got my invitation. Jolly good. She's evil. She looks like an even more evil version of Aubrey. What's her name? The one in Parks and Rec and Scott Pilgrim. And she's like the greatest person. And she's like a cat, but a human. She's awesome. I can't remember her name, but she looks kind of like her. Thank you for your kindness and hospitality, madam. Of course, of course. Do you happen to know something of my family's whereabouts? My wife and 2 young children, 1 boy and 1 girl. Oh, did I see them? I think maybe I did. You mean you don't know whether you saw them? Oh, yes. Now that I think of it, I did. So where are they? Patience, my good man. Oh, no. Patience, I'm desperate to find them. I'm feeling woozy. I need to go and lie down. You may search the mansion if you like. I have nothing to hide. Or perhaps I do have something to hide, but I want you to find it. Oh my god. Lady Charlotte gives a small and slightly delirious laugh. I don't remember when and where I saw them. I have not been feeling myself lately. A loud bang followed by a low groaning is heard from the east. Did you hear that? Your imagination is getting the better of you. This old house is full of strange sounds. That was no random creak created by the wind in an old house. That was someone in pain. Oh, dear heart, are you a writer? You have the most vivid imaginings. As for me, I need a rest. I shall see you later, no doubt. I'm sure I heard something, and I'm sure people around here know more than they're letting on. Time to investigate. Uncover the secrets of the mansion and its inhabitants in The Corruption Within, a game... No! Just as we were going to get to do something by Cosmic Void. Ah, no! But... I tell you what, that was good. That was really good. So, it was good because now I really have to play the game. I'm like super invested on what happened. What was that sound? Who are these people? Can I just please stab them all? Because they're very clearly insane. We need to just wipe these people out. Burn down the mansion and escape. Now this is... That's cool. I like that. Very old schooly kind of point and click adventure. But we didn't even get a teaser demo is correct. Because that was 12 minutes and I was talking. So less than 10 minutes to play through that. That was oh well. Oh well. We'll get back to that at some point. I might have to play that now. God damn it, they got me. They got me. That was The Corruption Within. You can try it yourself if you want, but there's not much else there. Or you can wishlist it on Steam, wait for it to come out, and try your hand then when it's fully available and has all of the bells and whistles and scary going-ons built into it. So thanks for watching. I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.